Start. Hi, this is mxux, and this is about Lordstown Motors. A lot of news. Think the stock's undervalued. This is a 12/22 update. We're going to go over the alpha build of the truck. We're going to go in deep on the hub motor design, and there's a couple of new news items that are critical to the stock. So let's get started on these slides. This is the alpha body build. This is the new video that's out. I'm going to play a portion of it. It's the alpha build. The prototype's done. This is the alpha, then comes the beta, then the pre-production, then the production is set for September 21. Let me just play this real quick here. They always have this music. Anyway, I think there's the wheel motor. That's plenty loud enough, I think. Anyway, this is just to show you that it's everybody's saying, oh, I can't handle the snow, I can't handle this. It can handle it, okay? There's a cool jump coming up here. Watch this. Oh, wait. I didn't get it? Oh, well. One of these is a jump. There it is in the snow and ice. This is, that's the truck without a body on it. So, look at that. There you go. Through the creek over the hill. Doing a jump. Let's see the RT1 do that. Weighs 20 tons. Okay, so that was that. Now, oh, there. Now this is another video here. This is from the manufacturer, and they got this thing outfitted with a with the motors in the wheels and the traction control and the torque vectoring on. Check this out. This is on a frozen lake. Look at this thing. Alright, that's it. Wheel hub motor, L1500, and there you go. Passive. Anyway, check this thing out. Look at that. How fast is that going? What? 60? It's drifting. Literally drifting. Anyway, that's impressive on a frozen lake, okay? So I'm telling you, this traction control and torque vectoring, it's the business. Anyway, that's a great video, I think. Alright. And let's go to the next slide here. Oh, same one. Alright. This is I've talked about this in other videos. This is the 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds. The main thing to know about this: no launch control, no traction control, no torque vectoring, no special setup. They just took the ice drive out and they put the 4 hub motors in. So this is really quick. But check out this. Check it out. Smoking the tires at the start. It's cool. Come on, baby. Oh, wait. There we go. See that? Oh, yeah. Alright. Let's see that one more time. Check it out. Smoking the tires. Look at that. Oh, remember, that's not exhaust. That's the tire smoking. It's an electric vehicle. Alright, let's just go. Alright. This is a new hub motor. It was unveiled in 2019, but it was based on a previous version they developed, and which was already validated, existing automotive standards, blah 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 blah. So the point is, it's new, but it's based on a proven design. And then here it is, May 7th, 2019, and it's the world's highest performance direct drive gearless in-wheel powertrain system. So anyway, fully validated. Okay, whatever that means. But the point is, these guys have been doing this for a while. Okay, now I'm going to try to explain this hub motor. This is the endurance motor. This is, just by way of example, the Tesla motor. Okay, so let's start with the Tesla motor so it's familiar. Here's the tire. This connects to the rotor, which stuffs inside the stator, and the rotor goes around and it's connected to the tire by 70 moving parts, and it makes the car go around. Okay, okay, you got that? So tire, rotor, stator, 70 parts. This is the endurance motor. Okay, the stator, this part here, with the endurance motor is this part here, which mounts around the disc brake. Okay, the rotor doesn't go inside the stator. This is the rotor, it's the hub. It goes out, it fits outside the stator, like the top on a coffee can or something. And the tire mounts to the rotor, and this whole thing mounts to the wheel bearing, which is important. So anyway, you get the difference. I hope Tesla, see the difference. Anyway, I hope that helps. And then there's no giant reduction gear gearbox, no CV joint, no axle. Now, just to get into some of the finer points of this, the windings that are in the stator in a regular motor are wound horizontally across the width of this circular stator that's in the endurance motor, and this is it in place. And again, this is the disc brake and the disc brake rotor, so the windings go across there. Now this is the stator, the part that goes around, and this is unpainted, but this mounts on top of here, and then these are your lug bolts right here, and that's what mounts your tire on your tire. So anyway, and the idea is this all mounts to this wheel bearing, which mounts to the spindle. Assembly of the rotor bearing. Okay, the bearing transferred the load from the road. Okay, in other words, you can read this, pause it and read it. The point is, these two parts aren't clanking against one another. They're mounted independently to the wheel bearing, and that is what is bearing all the shocks and everything. They're not. That's an oversimplified explanation, but anyway, give you an idea of how this is made. All right, again, on the car, here's the rotor, here's the stator, here's the disc brake. Okay, disc brake mounts, the rotor mounts on top, and there you go. That's your drive. This is what it looks like, the front of the rotor without being painted. These are your lug nuts that you put your tire on. This is the back. Everything is mounted to this wheel bearing in here, and then this whole superstructure is mounted to the suspension knuckle. And these are your power connections, your cooling connections, and I think that's the control wire connection. Within 5 minutes, the EL can be integrated into or removed from a car wheel for routine maintenance, such as brake inspections and replacements. So you can remove the motor in 5 minutes. You can replace the motor in 5 minutes. You know, it's a great design. I really like the design. 5 minutes. Okay, this is a Tesla. This is a Tesla motor. I think it's from a Model 3, and this would be the equivalent in the endurance. This would be a hub motor, all self-contained here, and this would be a hub motor, self-contained here. None of this stuff would exist. The power lines would go to each hub motor, but so this is CV joint, axle, probably a reduction gear and a differential gear in the middle here. Then your motor, and then on the other side, same thing. There's a gearbox back here, the drive axle, CV joint to the rotor. So you can see how much bigger this is, how much more complex it is, how much more weight it is. You know, the endurance design, I think, is a better design. And just to beat a dead horse, here's another Tesla motor. I think this is off a Model S. And again, you know, your inverter, your reduction gear is here. Your motor and stator is here, and then you've got probably a universal joint here, and then you got axles coming off and CV joints going to each wheel, and you got this cradle to hold the whole thing in place. And again, on the endurance, this would be a motor and this would be a motor, and none of this stuff in here would exist. So just to give you an idea of how much simpler it is. Now these are the two guys that invented the motor. I believe this guy's an astrophysicist and this guy's a quantum physicist. Anyway, this guy's the CEO, this guy's like the chief technology officer or whatever. This guy started working on it in the 80s. This guy started working on it in 2003. So they've been working on this for like 17 years. And these are rocket scientists, you know. And then on Lordstown side, because they're going to take this motor design and they're going to tweak it, and they're going to build the systems around it to manufacture it, and the power supply and so forth. And this guy, Darren Post, is the head of engineering at Lordstown. He's an MIT grad. I don't think it matters where he went to school, but this guy here is a heavyweight. He worked at Delphi and he worked at GM, and I think he even worked at this plant, and he knows how to build a mass production vehicle. I mean, he's got the experience that not many people have. Not many people have worked on the scale that he has, and he knows electric vehicles, and he's going to be key to the success here. And Rick Schmidt is the former Tesla guy that's setting up the factory. So between the guy setting up the factory and this guy doing the engineering and the rocket scientists designing the motor, I'm telling you, this is a good team. I think there's a lot of talent here. And then this is the physics again. You know, Elon with the first principles, and these two physicists from Elaphe have Elaphe, by the way, is that rune of the snakes eating its own tail, chasing its own tail, meaning the rotation. It represents energy and so forth. What we did, blah blah, in our capacity as physicists was to analyze electromagnetic, thermal, mechanical, and control aspects of the motor simultaneously from the outset. What we call a multi-physics approach. So Elon has first principles. These guys have multi-physics. So he takes the first principle of what's known. These guys take the first principles of all the different aspects and lump them together, and blah 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 blah. Okay, it's a host of patented and proprietary technologies across the mechanics. You can pause this and read this, but anyway, physicists. Okay, this is CEO Steve Burns, and just some comments from him on that were taken out of an interview on the hub motor. To me, they're software with a lot of metal wrapped around them because they're so programmable, and they each have separate control programmable, I don't know if PLC, programmable logic controller is the right term, but they have controllers, and then they have a master control. So I mean, there's a million different things you can do, and you can get crazy, like doing the tank turn. So if they wanted to, the Endurance could do a tank turn, but Steve Burns is not going crazy just yet. He says he wants to make sure that it can handle all kind of safety issues, and for example, if a motor should fail, so that it'll recover within a millisecond. So tank turn's going to wait, millisecond recovery to part failure is more important. So I think you got to get a Rivian to get the tank turns for right now anyway. Alright, and I'm sure you heard of this, the Aptera, which is the cool new vehicle. I think this is going to be, I think Tesla's going to buy this company, and I think this is going to be the $25,000 Tesla. Anyway, very cool. I have a video on this. Anyway, they're using the same motor, but a different variant of the same motor as the Endurance. Now you got to understand, they each manufacturer that's an OEM they've got their own special formula. This basic design can be tweaked depending on the job it has to do. So anyway, Aptera is using the same motor. Alright, so this is the Lordstown Motors status as of December 15th. So 300 employees, 150, they got 450 total staff at the plant right now working. They are stamping fenders. They got the stamping plant going. They're testing it out. September 2021 is the production date. They think Steve Burns feels he's on time for that. According to Column, their front marketing guy, late 2021 to early 22, they're going to start exporting to the European Union. That's new. They're making a pickup truck. Okay. They also have a SUV in the works and a van. Now, maybe somebody could tell me this in the comments. I knew someone that was involved with a plant like this, or with this plant actually, and he told me that they could build multiple models on that production line at the same time. That's how sophisticated it was with the just-in-time parts delivery and everything. Like I said, maybe somebody could verify that in the comments. If so, then they could build all three of these at the same time. And van, did I say postal van because of Workhorse? No, I didn't say that. Anyway, it's all on schedule. I think the stock's undervalued. Let me just play this brief interview with Steve Burns here.
So where is Lordstown Motors today? We're over 300 employees now, plus 150 contractors. Most of those 150 contractors are in here banging on the factory. Stamped our first parts the other day, starting to make fenders and that sort of thing. So we are, not to say it's trivial, not to say it's not going to take a lot of work, but we are on course for September. September is when production of the Endurance is expected to begin. By that point, Burns expects to employ 1,500 people, a lot of them from out of state. And I thought that would be the major bump, is getting people to move to Lordstown, Ohio. We're getting people from all over the country coming here. And so it's happening.
All right. There you go. I believe the stock is undervalued. Now, this next slide is breaking news that just happened. I just stuck it in at the last minute. I held up publishing this to get it in.
So where is Lordstown?
Sorry, that's not it. Ah, here we go. All right.
First and foremost, I want to thank everyone for coming. We are here in Lordstown, Ohio. My name is Steve Burns. I'm the CEO of Lordstown Motors, and we are in our factory in Lordstown, Ohio. You're in a small part of our 6 million square foot factory. We got some robots running in the background. Hope it doesn't, make too much noise so you can hear us. But we wanted to show you a little bit about something cool in the factory. I'm here with Marcus Lemonis, CEO of Camping World. We are super happy to have him here as we make this announcement today. And you're hearing it for the first time. We haven't released the press release or anything yet. This is where we're going to say it. So we are in the electric truck business. Lordstown Motors, our goal is to come out with the world's first full-size electric truck. We cater mostly to fleets, right? As such, fleets love an electric truck because it gets 75 miles per gallon, but also it's low on maintenance and is a safe vehicle and gets zero emissions. But even though it's low on maintenance, things happen, accidents, knobs break, so you have to have service, right? And we really started looking at what it would take to roll out service on our own versus could we leverage somebody that's really good at this already has a national footprint, and has been doing this a long time. And that's where we found Camping World. Camping World, and I'll let Marcus talk about it, but I think most people know, they sell and service RVs, right? They cater to a lot of people that drive pickup trucks. They are very adept at if a family is stranded on a mountain in their RV, to get somebody there to them. So they have impeccable service. So what we realized is, we're not just going to have a kind of a plain vanilla 9-to-5 service center. We're going to try to have the best service that any EV company's ever had, right? And to fleets that really value uptime, it is super important, right? And all the other things that come along with service, right? Sales is a natural extension of product that we can leverage. Our endurance platform.
I'll put a link to this full interview in the description.
That all makes sense. Once you've got a great partner and really see eye to eye, and we took a while to find the right partner. There's a lot of folks that have a footprint of garages or service centers around the country. They didn't have everything, right?
Let me just pause this for a second. I'll also put a link in the description to the Aptera video I did. But basically, what this is going to mean is Camping World, you can look it up, they're going to provide fleet service. They have a 400-man call center, and they have road service like AAA. They have 170 repair centers in the United States. They have 2,000 service bays, and they have 1,800 mechanics. They're also going to put a charging network in. They're going to put chargers at 2,000 Good Sam campgrounds, which are all located on major highways. So if you want to do a cross-country trip, it's going to be all set. In the future, they're planning to electrify these fifth-wheel trailers and these camping trailers you tow behind. They're going to put Lordstown Motors battery packs and energy management systems in them. And the plan in the future is to make an electrified recreational vehicle, a EV-RV, a E-Class RV, based on the endurance skateboard technology, obviously a little bigger and so forth. So the fleet service timeline is they're going to have it ready by June 2021. The RV timeline is they're shooting for the 2022 model year, and the pull behind timeline, the trailer or the fifth wheel with the battery in it, is 2021. Let me get back to the interview here. You can watch the full thing. I didn't put the whole thing in. The other CEOs talks after him.
And Marcus and his firm are really skilled at all things service, sales, big iron, and innovation, right? And I'll let Marcus talk a little bit about that, but that is the nature of our agreement that we're announcing here today. Specifically, service on a national footprint, possibly sales going forward, selling our products, and bringing electrification to the RV industry that is basically has no electrification. And it's just a perfect spot to bring some of our endurance technology coupled with the know-how that Camping World has of the industry. So with that, I'll hand it over to Marcus a little bit.
All right. there you go. As I said, I think this stock is undervalued. This is mxux. Thanks for watching. Good luck in the market. And here's this lovely exit music. It's a great look for the truck, I think, with the silver wheels and the black hubs, by the way. Click on the link. You know, the Aptera video is good, and there's a link in there if you want to pre-order Aptera too. And then I'm going to put the link in for that full interview too. So, thank you. Good luck in the market.